Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, this is me, your teacher, Miss Nadia Rahman from the Smart School Sir Syed Ahmed Khan campuses and Gulistan-e-Johar campus. I welcome you all to your grade 5 science lecture. We are concluding the chapter Reproduction in Plants and we will be solving question and answers in this video. Let us begin in the name of Allah. Rabbi Zidni Ilma, Rabbi Zidni Ilma, Rabbi Zidni Ilma. This is your index. We have completed 4 chapters by now. The first chapter was skeleton and bones, sense organs, nose and eyes, and chapter 3 microorganism, chapter 4 reproduction in plants. If any of these chapter is missing, kindly complete your work. You can ask me on Edmodo or in live session and I will provide you with the question and answers. Question number 1. Define the term pollination. Pollination is the transfer of pollen from anther to stigma of the same flower or to another flower of the same kind. First of all, just let me remind you that you have to write date and classwork, and in topic you will write question and answers. And I hope that you have drawn the title page of the chapter as well. If not, then first complete the title page and then start doing the question answers. You will write the question with the black pen and answers with the blue pen. Now, pollination. I have discussed the pollination in live class that pollination means when a pollen is transferred from anther to stigma of the same flower, meaning one flower, or to another flower of the same kind. As you can see in the picture, first picture is of 2 flowers. They are of same kind and pollen is transferred from one anther to stigma of the other flower, but they are of same kind. In the second picture, you can see it is self-pollination. In this, pollen from anther is transferred to stigma of the same flower, one flower we are talking about. So this is the pollination process. Why are the pollens produced? The pollens are produced in the anther of the flower. Where are the pollens produced? The pollens are produced in the anther of the flower. As you can see in the picture, the anther, it produces the pollen grain. We have also zoom picture of pollen grain as well in the picture. Question number 3. Why is the stigma sticky? The surface of the stigma is sticky because it helps to catch the pollen. When the pollen comes from anther to stigma, so the stigma can easily catch the pollen. That is why the surface of stigma is sticky. Why are seeds formed? Where are seeds formed? The seeds are produced in the ovary of a plant. I have discussed this picture in very detail in 2 live classes, and as we have discussed that pollen is transferred from anther to stigma and then they produce pollen tubes, and through pollen tubes they are transferred to ovule and mixed with the female part. So the seeds are formed in the ovule, the ovary of the plant. Differentiate between self-pollination and cross-pollination. We have done that. I have discussed in the first picture of this video as well. You will make 2 columns for this, self-pollination and cross-pollination. The transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma of the same flower is called self-pollination. The transfer of pollen from anther to stigma of another flower of the same kind is called cross-pollination. Always remember that if we are talking about 2 flowers, the flower has to be of same kind. For example, if there is a rose, then it should be 2 roses and the pollen from one rose will transfer to the stigma of another rose. Question number 6. Differentiate between wind and insect pollinated flowers. Wind pollinated flowers, insect pollinated flowers. You will make 2 columns. The difference: wind pollinated flowers, they have small dull colored petals and produces no scent as they don't have to attract insects. Pollens are produced in great quantity. We studied that wind pollinated flowers, they have dull color, small petals because they do not need to attract insect. Whereas insect pollinated flowers, they have large bright colored petals to attract insects and are often sweet scented, meaning they have sweet scent so that the insect will be attracted towards them. Pollens are produced in moderate quantity because there is less wastage of pollens in insect pollinated flowers. Question number 7. Why do seeds need to be dispersed? It is important for a seed to be dispersed in order to grow well. Write the factors that help a seed to grow. It needs water, soil, sunlight, and carbon dioxide to grow. We have been studying the factors that a plant needs to grow for a very long time in previous classes as well. So you should all know this by heart. Define the term germination. Germination is the process in which a seed takes in light from the sun, water and oxygen from the air, and nutrients from soil to grow a new plant. This is the process of germination. We have discussed all the process of plant reproduction, that is fertilization, dispersal, pollination, germination in detail, and I hope that you have all understood this. When we will going to be reviewing the chapter or reinforcing the chapter, if any topic that is unclear to you, you can ask me so that we can discuss it again. I hope that you have enjoyed this video and solving these question and answers. You have a better understanding of the chapter. Complete this work in your science copy and make sure that you write it in a very nice and neat handwriting. And you have also drawn the title page as well. Till the next video, this is me, Miss Madia Rahman, signing off. Allah Hafiz.